Hey, what's up, everyone? This is my Six Samurai deck list. I've been seeing a lot of Six Sams lately. It's been getting popular because of the bamboo engine right here. But a lot of the lists I see online, I feel are like really inconsistent, and they solely rely on Gateway as an exclusive win condition, and as a card is limited to one. So like, I don't feel like it's too reliable to just like try and rely on like an extra linking knightmare thing when only one card can really allow you to do that, or playing janky cards like cannon soldier to rely on some like FTK that you're probably never ever gonna see, which I do see. And so this is how it feels like a more consistent list that you can play. It's decent going first or second. I've been playtesting this deck a lot, but let's go ahead and start the video. Alright, so I play triple Secret Six Samurai Fuma. I just want to clarify this now in the beginning of the video that I only one of the new Six Sams that I play, the Secret Six Sams, is the Fuma. I don't think that the Hatsume, Kizaru, those are the ones that people say are like the best ones. I don't think those cards are very good because they're like way too slow and they don't really going first, like. Unless you have like the nuts and gateway and stuff like that, and like you can make Saryuja. Kizaru and Hatsume aren't really that great. Like if you open Hatsume and Kizaru and then like some spells or something, like you kind of just brick. It's not really good at all. Or like you just open a hand of monsters like that, like it's kind of bad, and it bricks. Those cards just clog and brick really hard. They're not that great. So like the way this is like this is the only good one. This low one tuner. Six Samurai really needed a low one tuner. It helps make all your synchros. It's the card you use with Isolde. You have to play through this card. It's a part of the bamboo engine, so yeah, it's very important to the deck. And the other two effects aren't that bad either. So I'm gonna show these four cards together, but I play two Kagemusha and two Elder. The reason I show these cards together is because I play Asceticism, and I see people playing this at ones, like one Elder, one Kagemusha, and I don't agree with that because this day and age when Materia Beast is a win condition, this is the only way in the deck you're going to make it, and so you have to open one of these cards at turn one, especially with Sky Striker is going to be the best deck. And even if you make going second, Sky Strikers, they don't have like strong board monster presence, so you can make Nat Beast going second and still beat them. So you want to open this card. Yeah. And also, since I don't play the Secret Six Sams, you can play more copies of this. It doesn't really clog. And Elder's just good for playing around hand traps because there's no effect that activates. He's just Cyber Dragon. Play two Kageki. He just gets cards out of your hand. He's good going first. He's very susceptible to hand traps. So that kind of sucks about him, but you kind of have to play it. Inishi, Asceticism target. He uses Pallades effect. He can bounce a card. Just all around good card. Self-explanatory. Triple keys on. This is the best card in the deck. This is the card that's going to enable all your combos. Yeah, self-explanatory. Grandmaster. Same thing as Kizan, but he's another name for Saryuja if you're going to make him. I play one Soul Charge because this deck is all about making crazy boards, and Soul Charge is broken. Especially when you can make a board of all just monsters that negate. It's very good. So this is something that's also different from a lot of 6am lists I see online. A lot of people play 2 or even 1 of this card, mainly because probably they're not playing Elders and Kagemushas. But to me, I feel like this is like the best 6 Samurai spell, next to Gateway, obviously. Gateway's the best one, but this card literally, there's a target for everything in your deck. Fuma gets Kageki, Kageki gets Anishi, Kizan with his buff gets Grandmaster, Elder gets Kagemusha, vice versa. Like, it just extends your combos, it specials from the deck, so it thins a card. It's just a really good card. Like, and this is how you're gonna be making Nat Beast with going first with Elder. This is why playing multiple Elder and Kagemusha is good, so I don't understand why you wouldn't play 3 of this card. Smoke Signal, Searcher, self-explanatory. Rhoda gets Kizan. The Bamboo Engine. This is the best ratios for this, probably, I think, because opening multiple broken bamboo swords is terrible. This still lets you draw with the golden sword, and this, a lot of people don't know about this, but this has a pretty ridiculous thing with Isol that you can do. I'll show you guys that after the deck list, but this card lets you choose your chain links when you make Isol with it, so I'll show you guys that later and why that's important. 2 dojo, you can play 3. If you play Shogun, I don't really like Shogun. I think he's cloggy. Again, it's the same reason I don't play the Secret 6 Sams. It doesn't really extend your combos. And when you can, in an age when you can make Materia Beasts, like I said earlier, and just win a game just from one monster, it's like, you don't need Shogun. He's just kind of extra to win more card. So. And essentially more asceticisms is what that card is. Pot of Greed. The best card of the deck. I just want to say this right now. People like make their 6-hand list revolving around this one card. It's not like Gateway searchable. Like, people argue that like, oh, but Saryuja, like, you can use Saryuja to keep sculpting your hand until you get Gateway or Soul Charge or whatever. But it's like, if you're making multiple Saryujas to try to sculpt your hand to get this card, you're probably winning already. And on top of that, by the time if like, let's say you made like 3 Saryujas somehow, I'm impressed, and you get this card, you don't have enough monsters you don't have any more monsters to summon with at that point, because you like use them all to try to get this card. So it's kind of dead at that point. So this is like really only good when you open it, like you have to open it. And it's not really reliable, but when you do open it, it's like the most broken thing ever. For my traps, I play Triple Strike and Warning and Judgment. I want to say that I would still play Warning and Judgment. I think it's good like defense. But this card, when I get Ashe Blossom and Joyous Spring, I want to replace this for Triple Ashe Blossom. If you have Ashe Blossoms, I recommend you play that instead, because hand traps are relevant, and it's just, I think it's way better than this card. But yeah, don't have it. I'll move on to the extra deck now. So I play 2 Xian. You have to play Xian. It's the 6 Samurai deck. Materia Beast. I've been thinking about putting this card to 2. In case they have like Ghost Ogre or something. They deal with it, I can make another one, but play 1 for now. This card is a win condition against Sky Strikers, Pendulums. It's great going first against True Draco even. Man, everything in this format relies on spells. Like even Goki that doesn't play that much spells. I made this against Goki, like, and I just won because they couldn't use the one that summons 2 from the grave to extend their combos. Like, this card just kills so many decks. But yeah, this card is amazing. 1 Coral Dragon, just an out to stuff. It's easy to make. When it dies, it draws a card. Man, I was used to be playing Barkion, but I couldn't find space for Barkion in the extra deck, so I think this guy's better anyway, especially when there's no one playing traps in this format. Omega, aside from Omega, I'll show you why I play that later. Trishula, probably best generic synchro in the game. Banish 3 cards for free. Saryuja, this is the reason why Gateway is ridiculous right now. The sculpting, but on top of sculpting, the 3 effect lets you special summon a Sam from your hand. So you can get like any 6 Sam off Gateway or something, or search any 6 Sam and play it. You can special your tuners from your hand. You don't have to just keep using keys on. So this card is a combo extender. It makes your hands better. Borload, same reason I play Trishula. It outs just so many things. It's so hard to play around this. Yeah, this is a great card. Everybody should be playing this if they can. To Isolde, you have to play Isolde. It's the reason why you play the Bamboo Engine and Fuma. This card has brought 6 Sams back to life, so yeah, it's a staple. These are my Winter Cherries targets. At least at my locals, Spiral Double Helix. I play that in the main for Winter Cherries because half of the people at my locals play Spirals, and this deck is really it's kind of inconsistent, so it's not always the hardest thing to deal with. But when that deck opens the nuts, it's like nothing beats it. So like. That's why that's one of my Winter Cherries targets, and I play 1 Shizuku. It's better to play for like 99% of the decks. It's better to play the Kaguri as your Winter Cherries target. But the reason I play this one is because this card lowers the attack of monsters, so I can't asceticism if this is on the field. So you want to just like Winter Cherries this bitch away. Like this card's a problem. One Mermaid. Every deck, maybe not Sky Strikers, but every other deck is gonna have to play this card because of Ibli. Ibli's a problem, especially for 6 Sands. If they give you Ibli, you don't play this card, you auto lose. Like you can't do anything. So everyone's gonna have to play this. And thank God it's a rare. Play 1 Giant Hand for defense. It's really easy to make rank 4s in this deck. So like if I open like the nuts, like I can make a bunch of Shians or like Nappies and stuff, and then make a Giant Hand if I don't have traps, or if I was playing Ashe Blossom in my hand, I can just make this for defense. So yeah, if I end up getting Ashe Blossoms and and some other cards I'm gonna say later, like I might cut this, but for now it's good. And Invoker's a combo extender. If you don't play any Exceeds in the deck, you have to play this one. Now to the sideboard. And play Triple Gamma and the 1 Driver, 4 Gamma. This card's really good against Altergeist, I think, because Multi-Faker's a problem. So if you can stop that early, and if they do the Multi-Faker on your turn, and you stop it before you do anything, then you get a free Omega on the board, and this card is crazy. Takes free cards out of people's hands. Less things to deal with. So yeah, this is good against Altergeist, against Knightmare boards when they're creating them. If you have this for the Firewall and you just kill the Firewall, that stops their combo, and that's a Firewall you don't have to deal with. So on your turn. So yeah, this card's pretty decent, I think. Yeah. Explain this in the extra deck. Winter Cherries. Yeah, it's just this card's gonna be great this format for Sky Strikers. And since people are gonna be playing this for Sky Strikers anyway, might as well put some other targets in the extra deck. Like Goki's gonna be a deck, and this deck already plays Isolde, so you already have that as your Winter Cherries target for them. So yeah, and plus the other ones that I play. So this card's gonna be really good. I play Triple Lancia right now because I have problems against decks like Infernoid that make big beat sticks. The deck has a hard time getting over them unless you can make cards like Trishula or Borload or Coral Dragon or something. But other than that, like this deck has a hard time dealing with those decks. So this card literally says you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh when you play it against them. So yeah. But I was thinking about, I don't know if I'd cut this. I have to look at the rest of my side deck. Because there's not really a lot of Infernoid players right now. From at least at my locals. There was one, but he stopped playing it. But I need Droll and Lockbirds. If I can get those, I'd side those instead. I think Droll and Lockbird, because of Sky Strikers, is going to be probably the best hand trap in the format. Yeah, so if you have a Droll and Locks, that'd be a good replacement for this. Three Ross Firma. If you have evenly matched, play 3 of that instead of this. This is my budget evenly matched. That card is $60. Like, I'm gonna get them, but I just don't have them right now. If you want a budget version of evenly matched, this is a good alternative, especially if you're playing Elder, because this card, when you give it to your opponent, it takes up your normal summon. And because of that, it makes it harder to play the deck. So, but at least Elder's a Cyber Dragon effect, so you can special Elder at least. And then if you have Asceticism and Keys on, Dojo or whatever, you can go into Isolde and like start doing your shit. But so it's not too bad as a budget card. It's pretty decent, I think. But and it outs the Knightmare board, so it's just kind of a necessary evil. You have to play it. Better than just straight up losing. And 2 Twin Twisters, just back row hate, good against Alter Guys, Chew Draco, Sky Strikers, Spiral. This is just a great card. Oh yeah, and like the one thing I wanted to show you guys is I realized this because I used to play back in the day with water. But like, let's say you have 2 6Ms, because water could do this. Let's say you have 2 6Ms and you attach a Curse Sword to them turn 1. And then you send them to the grave to make the Isolde. Both effects, when you summon this, if you really want to get the search effect off, you can, always. Like, it's usually safe to do it because these activate the same time, the on summon effect and the Curse Sword. So you can choose your Chainlinks. You can make the Curse Sword Chainlink 2 and make this Chainlink 1. And if you do that, that means that the only card your opponent can respond to with cards like Ashe Blossom, Ghost Ogre, stuff like that, they can only respond to this. Since it's cards like Ghost Ogre and Ashe Blossom have to activate to a direct activation of something. So if this is Chainlink 1, they can't Ashe or Ogre it, so it's like protection. But if you cards like Veiler and Infinite Impermanence, still you can still use it against this, but it just makes it safer to play this card if you make it like the way I said. But yeah. Overall, it's a decent deck. If you're looking to play it competitively, this is probably how you do it. Yeah, thanks for watching.